We are here today in Cusco, Peru, and my name is Dan Furst, and I was born in New York. I grew up in Kansas City, went back to New York to study at Columbia, and then when I was almost 40, I left the mainland United States, and I've been outside of the mainland ever since. I've lived in Japan and Hawaii and Egypt, and now in Peru is what they call a perpetual tourist. Okay, you can come back and you can get a 6-month visa provided you have been out of the country for 6 months. So I travel for 6 months or more, and then I come back, and this is a wonderful place to ground and rest and recharge and just be energized just by the power of the environment, the power of nature here. When I moved to Japan, I had a chance to study the classical Japanese comedy after having made the effort for a while to become a successful actor in New York. In Japan, I was the first actor ever to get what they call a geimei, meaning an art name in the world of the classical Kyogen comedy. When I went to Hawaii, I had the chance to work on a project of dolphin-assisted healing, to work at a healing center, taking people into the ocean to swim with wild dolphins, and did that also at the end of my time there. So I would say now I'm mainly an author and an astrologer. This is the book that I published last year, which is about my specialty in astrology, which is called Astro Cartography, which is a way of helping you track your individual planet lines in your maps in order to determine what are the best or the least good places for you. My next book, which is coming out soon, which our friend Jeremy has helped me with now, is called Maps of Power: The Astrocartography of the Great, the Beautiful, and the Terrible. So it has chapters about American presidents, about Nazis, about movie stars, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, all of them, the Dalai Lama, all have their chapters in the book to show how the events of their lives and the building of relationships with other places and the people there are indicated so clearly by the planet lines in their maps. And so that will be coming out this month, September of 2016. To tell you a little bit more about astrocartography, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the map that is on your screen now on the video. This is my map of Peru, which shows that I have two lines. I have a yellow and a green line, the line of the sun, the line of Chiron the healer. They are about 20 miles apart, and they are on either side of the town of Pisac where I live, which is why I chose that place, because each line in the map is powerful and influential for a range of about 300 miles. Naturally, the closer the planet line is to a place, the stronger its force is. And so I live in that place because the sun line is good for your health, it's good for becoming better known, it's good for having greater financial success with your business. The lines actually move too during our life, you see. So this is another part of the system called cyclocartography, which Jim Lewis was developing at the time when he passed away. So the lines in your maps, like the conditions that you see in your astrology chart, are always going to be in effect. They're always going to describe you in some way, though they may change. You see, there's no such thing as a condition in the chart that's advantageous unless you find it and use it. The same would apply with a line in your map. And there's no such thing as a difficult condition that cannot be resolved with right effort over the time that is needed. If there was one thing about the 20th century that could be considered a distinctive mark of progress in how the science has evolved, it is in getting away from the idea that astrology is fatalistic or deterministic, and seeing it instead as a set of possibilities. very much connected with the sacred contract that each one of us forms before we come into incarnation in each life. I describe astrology and what I do as opportunistic rather than fatalistic. I naturally, when I read for someone, if I see a limiting condition or a blocking condition in the chart, yes, I will address that and point this out and show them how long this is going to be in effect and what strategies you can apply to resolve this as gracefully as you can. But I will also point out where the opportunities are and therefore what moments in time you need to be aware of for taking a specific action, you see. So I think there are two kinds of astrologers. There are love astrologers and there are fear astrologers. And it works the same way with everything on our planet, you see, the way that some of the people are trying to control us through fear and some of the people are trying to liberate us through love. A fear astrologer tells you what's going to happen if you don't do what they say. A love astrologer like me just wants to find out what really brings you to life and how can you get more of it. If you want love relationship, you go to a Venus line. If you want money, you go to a Jupiter line. If you want to become better known and more successful, you go to a Sun line. If you want to give birth, you go to a Moon line, and so on and so on. I mean, in practical terms, I have advised a number of families who have been having trouble, you see, having children, that if you are in this location, in this place, this will be your best place to bring a child to successful birth under a moon line pointing down to the bottom of the map. And it works, it's valid. So, yeah, there are all kinds of possibilities there that we are only beginning to discover.